Okay. I have researched Matrix Lab. I've built one, and I expect the dark fog to attack very soon. I just wanted to show you this Matrix Lab. When you click on it, you have to select which mode. So you can either have the Matrix Lab helping you do research, and you would click on the flask here to do that, or what I wanted to do is create these blue cubes. So I'm going to click on the blue cube, and now it's saying you need to feed it circuit boards and magnetic coils to create these cubes, and also it doesn't have power. So I'm just going to cheat here, kind of, not really cheat, but because I can't quite automate everything, I'm just going to put a belt in front of it. Should probably build some sorters. I'm sure we're low. At the bottom here, we have one sorter. Put it in there. And
replication complete.
Then maybe I'll put like a bin.
Insufficient materials.
To make some bins. And this little demonstration is going to be interrupted here by an attack in like 3 seconds.
Dark fog cluster is launching an assault.
So they're attacking. You can see this red dot. It tells me they're 500 meters away, 400, and you kind of gotta like, it's a little bit clunky, so I figured out just by spinning, spinning around, that they're coming from that direction. So I'm gonna stand between that red circle and my stuff here, and if I click on the Earth, I can see that here they come. They're here and they're here and they're coming towards me. I'm just going to left click on the Earth again, and here they come around the curve of the Earth, and I'm just going to go out and do battle with them.
Replication complete.
It's pretty easy. It looks like there's more of them coming on the way here. Let's have a look at them. There they are there. By the way, I'm hovering over the water, which uses my energy up kind of quickly. That's okay. So I'm just going to intercept him here. I'm not very fast, so I have to be very calculated. Okay, now that attack is done, and the counter starts over from 0 again. But each wave of attacks gets worse and worse. So back here with our Matrix Lab, it needs, if you remember, it needs the magnetic coil and the circuit board in order to make blue cubes. That means, now I'm going to build 2 conveyor belts going into it like this. Technically, you could do it with 1. You could do it with 1, but it gets tricky, so I'm not going to do it with 1. Basically, what you would have is you would have a storage depot over here, and then a sorter from the depot to the belt, and you could put magnetic coils and circuit boards in here, and it would feed them onto the belt, and this sorter would pick them up. Now you could also click on this sorter and set a filter so that it only picks up one, that sorter will pick up only one or the other. You could put circuit boards or magnetic coil. You know what, I never do that because it's way too easy to screw up. So I'm just going to build two separate belts and have two separate storage depots. So I'm going to go like this. Put the sorter there, and then unfortunately I have to go from this belt over to the matrix lab, and because it's stretching that far, it's only 0.75 trips per second, which is 45 pieces per minute. And that's okay, I think, because this lab can only produce a cube every 3 seconds, which is 20 cubes per minute. So it's going to need 20 magnetic coils and 20 circuit boards per minute. And that's our sorter here can do 45 pieces per minute. So that's more than double what this thing is going to need. Now let's hit F to go to the replicator, click on the items tab. Let's build some magnetic coils. I'll build 20, so I'll build the recipe 10 times, which is going to make 20 magnetic coils. That's going to take 40 seconds. And then let's queue up also the circuit boards in the same manner. So it's going to take a minute to create a stack of 20 each. And then I'm just going to feed them into the matrix lab so it creates these blue cubes. It should create 20 of these blue cubes. And how many do I need for thermal power? I need 30. So I'm going to have to make more of these coils. Let's go pick up some raw ingredients, of which we have plenty now. I'll hold shift and left click to grab a stack of 100, and you can see we can just click the sort button here to make it all pretty. And it's because that raw ore is needed to create the magnets that are used to create the magnetic coils. So now I could create 57, but I'm just going to make that recipe 10 more times. And this one as well. How is our power grid doing here? I might actually have to create some wind turbines. Let's make 5 of them. I'm going to put a Tesla tower here, and then one kind of here. You can see the grid is right at 100% because it's struggling there. It's jumping between blue and yellow. Now, in this one, I'm going to put the circuit boards, and in this one, I'm going to put the magnetic coils. They're going to come out and they're going to feed into the matrix lab, and you can see it producing these blue cubes, right? So now there's 2 blue cubes in there, and we might as well get a belt on the other side here. Right? A storage depot, sorter. Remember, very important, everything in this game is directional. And away it goes.
Replication complete.
I think I need more of these. Okay, let's get some wind turbines down because the grid needs more power. I'll just put one there, one here, make a nice little neat
Replication
square.
complete.
Maybe put one here. So that should help for now. There's 26 cubes here. What's the problem? It was supposed to make 30. It looks like we've got some circuit boards sitting here on the belt that are not being fed in here. It has 6 circuit boards, but it does not have any magnetic coils. So I'm just going to, I could put the magnetic coils directly in here. So I'm just going to hit shift and left click on the coils and they go into the matrix lab and away it goes. It took the circuit boards off the conveyor belt now. And it's building these cubes again. And over here they're coming out. And here's 30, I'm just going to take 30. And then I'm going to go back to the technology tree in the bottom right corner. I'm going to click on the thermal power. And you know what? I can't get it for some reason. I can't get it because we need basic assembling. So let's activate this one. It needs gears. I'll make 10 gears. And it needs some more circuit boards. You're going to find that you need tons and tons of circuit boards and magnetic coils. So let's make some more circuit boards here. It looks like I only have enough stuff to make 5 of them. Why is that?
Complete.
We must be low on iron. We only have 10 iron ore. So what we can do is we're going to go over here where we have plenty of iron ore. We're going to take a stack. And then why not take a stack of ingots while we're at it? Because there's a bunch of them here now. And just hit the nice little sort button. And we're going to create sorry here. We need the circuit boards. So we're going to create the circuit boards. I'm just going to create 10. And do this recipe 10 times, which will make 20 of them. And now our research is going again.
Replication complete. Research complete.
And it's done. We got basic assembling. It's nice to have. In fact, it's more than nice to have. You need it. But what I really want is this thermal power. I'm going to click activate. Hit escape. So I already had the 30 cubes in my inventory, so it's using them up. If you hit E, you can see the cubes are gone from the inventory. Sort that mess. Check on my fuel. So my fuel's half gone. Let's put the logs in there and put the plants in there for now. Sort. And away it goes. So this is kind of messy. It's really messy. I don't really like it, but it's just for demonstration. Like I said, you're going to build much prettier things in this. I'm just waiting for the research here. Let's pick up the stone. Pick up the stone. So, just let it say its thing here.
Research complete.
Okay, thermal power. F to get the replicator, click on the buildings tab, and there's the thermal power plant. It gave us one for completing the research. And maybe let's produce 3. It's going to take a minute, but we got one anyway, so let's see what we can do with that. I should be collecting these trees. Pick up the trees. Again, that was just holding the left shift button and right clicking on this stuff queues it up. There's a little shrub that was hiding. There's some stone on the ground. Might as well get it.
Replication complete.
Okay. Make our way over to the coal. Just cleaning up. Ah. Okay. I'm going to click on the second button and get our mining machine. So I can cover 7 of these nodes. That's good enough. We're gonna need a couple more turbines. How are we for conveyor belts? We're gonna need more conveyor belt. So click on buildings, click on conveyor belt. Let's build a few of them. Eventually we're going to automate the building of conveyor belts so that we don't have to keep building them in our replicator because that takes forever. So I'm going to take the belts that I have. It's directional, so we're going to click on the mining machine. We're going to come out to this line here, And then I'm going to find where it lines up real nice, because OCD and all. Click out here. And then it will tell me when I don't have enough belt. See, it's red. So I'll just go like that. I will walk over here so that my drones can build it faster. They don't have as far of a distance to travel to get back to me. Looks like we have more belt already, so I'm gonna put some more. I'll click on the power icon at the bottom, and maybe I'll put a windmill there. Maybe a turbine. See, it's yellow because it's not connected to the rest of the grid. It's already taking coal and putting it on the belt, which is nice. Maybe I'll put another, just so that it operates at maximum capacity. And what I'm trying to show you here is, if I click on the first icon, the power icon, we also have the thermal power plants. Now we have 4 of them, so I'm going to click on one, and I'm just going to put it along this belt. So it says it has no fuel. So I'm going to, I bet you guessed it, take a sorter from the belt to the power plant, and away it goes. So if you click on it, what is it showing? It's showing you the grid load is 30%. This thing is consuming the coal to produce 2.16 megawatts. Now this coal is being consumed at a certain rate because each piece of coal is 2.7 megajoules. Trust me, eventually you're going to be doing all this math in your head. You can also use ChatGPT to figure this stuff out. Like if you want to know how quickly it is consuming coal, just ask Chat to do the calculation. Because megawatts is power and megajoules is energy. Power is energy per second. But down here it shows you this blue line is how much power we can generate, and this yellow line is how much power the grid is consuming. So we have lots of capacity now that we built this thermal power plant. And there we go. Now, the other thing I'll quickly mention here, you saw how the dark fog attacked us. They're already 6% of the way to their next attack. Wouldn't it be nice if we had some defenses? So if we click on the technology tree, there's missile turret here, but that's sort of the next step. The first step is this weapon systems here. It needs 20 of these blue cubes, so I'm going to activate that because I really want this turret. So
Mineral depleted.
how many cubes? We only have 4 sitting here, which means we're going to need to build more of these circuit boards. Looks like we're out of iron again. No problem. Where I will click on the depot and then shift left click on a couple of stacks, and then I'm going to click the sort button before I leave. Let's build some circuit boards. We'll build maybe 40 of them, and we're also going to need these magnetic coils. Now it needs the raw ore because it has to create the magnets. So I'll just take 2 stacks.
Replication complete.
And we're going to click on the magnetic coils. It takes longer. Eventually we're going to automate this so it doesn't take forever. Let's put in this bin here, I'm just going to put maybe 40 circuit boards. So how do we do, well, whatever, I'll just put them all. There they all go now. Screw that up. Let's put the coils there. Now, in case, maybe I should mention this depot here, which is now empty. You can actually limit, if you really wanted to, you can prevent it from filling up by dragging this little bar down here. And sometimes you want to do that because maybe you don't need to fill it all the way up with like I don't know, like later on in the game, like maybe you don't need to fill it up. If you automate creating, you know, the little turrets for defense, you don't need 10,000 turrets. So you might say, well, just fill up the first line in here. But in this case, that's not what we're doing. So let's put the magnetic coils in here. Away it goes. I'm just going to take the whole stack, and it's going to research very slowly. It is researching how to build the defenses. And when it's done, then you can build turrets that will defend your stuff automatically as long as those turrets have ammo. Anyways, that's pretty much all I can fit into this video. So, catch you next video.